Hello, I am the Masked Poet and I'm reciting poems from the book Poetry's Therapist Meets Poetry's Teacher, and it can be bought on Amazon and it's by Myrna Loy. It's a poem, it's a poetry, well, it's actually a book of her biography, her time in America, her time in Angola, and it covers personal life, travelling and all sorts. It also covers the one I'm going to read now, which is called the Crucifixion. The Crucifixion was when I imagined being Christ on the cross, and I wrote this poem, which I'm going to enact for you now. I don't know it off by heart, so it's going to take something away from it, but hopefully it still is as passionate as I'd like it to be. The Crucifixion. It was horrible knowing that I would soon be going to be crucified. How I rationalised. Just to think it would be one of my disciples who would betray me. My father would not even give me a sign so that I could preconceive what the betrayer's design might be. But I guess he knows best. Maybe if I knew, I would run before my capture had begun. But it was prophesied, and I realise that this is the end for me. Oh, Father, will I be able to endure the pain that will be inflicted on me again and again? Can you not create some miracle that will anaesthetise my being so that people seeing will not know that I am feigning death? I'm so afraid, Father. Why should I be the one to suffer? Why not a thief or a murderer? Yet I should not question your motives, because my death will cause others to live. I can see it all now. They will all gather round and marvel with morbid curiosity at the Prince of Peace crucified on a tree. And the next generation will cause a sensation and say, who was he who crucified himself for me? And I will watch them from my seat in heaven, knowing that my prophecy will be enacted by someone else, pretending to be me. Father, don't be angry. You made me human like everyone else, and it's my human self that is feeling afraid and in torment because I know I must prepare to die. I've accepted your decision, but it's the anticipation that is making me afraid. Look at my followers asleep on the campus. They know I'm about to die, and yet look at their eyes closed in sleep. What a pretense. It makes no sense to die for people such as these. There's no support in my final hour, and there's a traitor amongst them and another who will deny me by the time the cock throws 3. In order to free himself of the hostility he will receive if people knows he believes in me. I'm about to die, and yet they sleep like babies, while I'm awaiting to be crucified. There's a lump in my throat, and it's disguised by my cloak. Oh, Father, when will this all end? And look at Judas kissing my cheek, pretending to be my friend. That's right, your light's gone out. Gosh, hark at the people jump and shout at the anticipated death of me. I dread to think of the punishment that my Father will see fit to impose on you. But you, Judas, you couldn't care less. For a little money, you betrayed me. You will eternally burn. It will soon be your turn to feel a pain which will be more real to you than it was for me. I can't take it anymore. They're starting to bore the nails in the palm of my hands. And how they all look as they bore the nails in my foot. Unemotional they all seem to stand. Oh, Father, they're hurting me. And they're treating me so treacherously. How long will this torment be? This is all so absurd. I've been stabbed with a sword and they're making a mockery of me. This pain in the wound reinforces the doom that surrounds every part of me, and the vinegar they splash in the cut they have slashed is hurting incessantly. And they're putting on a crown and they're forcing it down so that the thorns delve deep in my head. And now the soldiers are scoffing and the people are laughing at the way my head starts to bleed. Come down from the cross if you're Jesus Christ. Show us a miracle or two. You raise people from the dead. You tell them to raise from the bed. Show us what else you can do. I can't carry on. It's as though my senses have gone. Self-inflicted detachment of suffering and longing for death. I look up at the sky and I wonder why I had to die. Still hoping as I draw my last breath. Adonai!